Welcome back, everyone, to Barnard Refresh. I'm Deshaun Cook. You see him, they, them pronouns, and I'm the Assistant Dean for Student Life. For those who are joining us for the first time, this is Barnard Refresh. It's a summer series led by Student Life to help reintroduce you to the campus resources we have and our staff members who lead and provide those amazing resources. So every Friday at noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find us live on Facebook or YouTube, interviewing a staff representative from an office on campus. Then the following Tuesday, you can stop by our Treat Yourself table on Fodder Field at noon Eastern Standard Time as well. And we'll table in front of the tent with some great treats. And you'll be able to reconnect with the Student Life Office and the staff member that we just interviewed the Friday before. Today, we have an amazing guest, Cristen Kennedy from Barnard. And Cristen Kennedy is a sexuality educator based in New York City and is the current education coordinator of Barnard. Barnard College's Sexual and Intimate Partner Violence, an Intimate Partner Violence Prevention Program. In the capacity, she is dedicated to working with the college community to provide programming and outreach that examines the root causes of violence, builds bystander intervention skills, and encourages active consent and communication. So without further ado, let's welcome Cristen Kennedy.
Hey, Deshaun, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you as well. Thank you so much for doing this. We are very happy to have our campus partners join us for this series to talk about all the great things that you do, because our students, who many of whom have been off campus for over a year now, may have forgotten what resources are available. And hopefully, as we welcome them back this fall, they'll be able to jump in and connect immediately with all of the amazing partners and the work that we are doing for them, because we want them to be as successful as possible, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited to talk a little bit about the office and reconnect with our incoming students and also our students who have been here before as well.
Great. Yes. So let's jump in and tell us about your role on campus and what does your office do?
Sure. So I'm the program coordinator for prevention education, and I run the Barnard office, not to be confused with Beyond Barnard. We have that conversation quite frequently. But as you mentioned, the Barnard office is the Sexual and Intimate Partner Violence Prevention Education and Outreach office. So my office does a lot of campus-wide programming. Most people will usually see me at NSOP. I do 2 programs at NSOP for our incoming students. We do outreach through poster campaigns, we do social media, and I do a lot of one-on-one meetings with people seeking resources, support, and a lot of that type of work as well. Are you hearing a reverb? I'm sorry, I'm hearing reverb on my end.
Not hearing on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound good. Yeah, to me.
If I sound confused, it was because I was hearing an echo for myself. Yeah, so most folks will know me from NSOP because I do a lot of programming with our incoming students, both around senior intervention and also healthy relationships and consent building.
Yeah, definitely. I know our officers have collaborated, a great deal, especially with our support for our club, leaders during their training, period, and also those one-on-one meetings with some organizations who are looking for more support. So what, if a student wants to connect to your office, where would they find you, and, how, what's the best way to utilize the resources that you provide?
Yeah, so my office right now is located within the Well Women office. We're sharing an office right now. So I'm in Reed 119. The office used to be in Reed 120, but that's being occupied by primary care at the moment. So I am in the office on Mondays and Tuesdays and also alternating Fridays. So if folks want to come in and do a one-on-one in-person meeting, they can email me at beingbarnard@barnard.edu. And they can also check out the link for appointments on our Instagram page, which is just @beingbarnard. Different resources that are available in the office. We have a resource library with a ton of books on prevention, healthy relationships, consent, social identity and social power, sexual health, gender identity, just a wide range of books that folks can check out. Tons of worksheets and tip sheets about talking with a partner, boundary setting, consent, relationships, how to help a friend who's experienced sexual violence, information on stalking, tons of information available about our other resources on campus as well. So things like Furman, Title IX, SVR. So if folks want to have a conversation about what it might look like to access those resources and what a conversation with those folks might look like, people can always make an appointment with me to kind of talk that through as well. And we have a ton of squishables in the office as well, if those are resources.
Amazing one behind you. So definitely we'll be stopping by, to, pardon all the squishables. But there was a resource that you kind of determined to be underutilized, and can you share that with us? And maybe we can get students to be inspired to think about that resource and to actually utilize it.
Yeah, I think, I apologize. There's a lot of sirens going on today on campus. I think the one resource that's underutilized in my office specifically is the one-on-one sexual and relationship health consultations. So I do meetings with students who might have questions about sexuality, who have questions about relationships, and just want to come and chat through what might be coming up for them. So I've worked with students who are navigating painful sex, thinking about having sex for the first time or with a new partner. People are exploring sexual or gender identities and want to talk about what that means for them. People in relationships who want advice about consent or boundary setting or communication skills. People who've never been in a relationship and want to talk through what are some of the things they might want from a relationship, or people who are navigating what might feel like an unhealthy relationship and want to talk through maybe how to navigate that in a better way or how to exit that relationship. So I do a whole bunch of one-on-one meetings with students, but I feel like it's still an underutilized resource. I'd love to see more students who want to come and chat about relationships, sexuality, gender. Welcome to come and make an appointment in my office to talk about whatever it is that's coming up for them.
Yeah, most definitely. So students, those of you who are listening, right now, definitely utilize Cristen in this way, for this amazing, resource. Many of the ways in which we connect with students is through our events and programming and various initiatives. So what is one signature program that your office is known for?
Yeah, I would say it's probably the Consent and Healthy Relationships workshop I do at NSOP. So it's the second of two mandatory workshops that our incoming students go through with me. One's the bystander intervention program, and this other one is the Consent and Healthy Relationships workshop. And it's probably the one that folks comment the most on afterwards, is saying that they really enjoyed, which I appreciate. So we talk about how media influences the way that we think about relationships. So when we talk about seeing relationships in movies, listening about relationships in music and TV shows, how that influences how we think about what a relationship should look like or does look like. We talk about the spectrum of relationships. We talk about affirmative consent and what that can look like and sound like in real life versus just giving a definition of consent, which is not always particularly helpful. It's really interactive. So we get to really chat through, like, how have we learned about relationships? How has society informed our viewpoint of relationships? How has our community informed our viewpoint of relationships? And folks get to chat with each other and really kind of learn how we've all had different influences. It's one of the ways I really love getting folks connected to each other at NSOP, and also connecting with our students right when they first get here.
Yeah, most definitely, especially if they haven't had those conversations, beforehand, and you're not sure to even know what to ask, if it's something that's not in their wheelhouse. So it's amazing that, fresh off, into their student experience, at Barnard, they're able to have these resources. So either getting this new information or being reiterated. Having this information reiterated, which is great. And I'm sure there's students who are eager to be involved, in programming, especially those who are on campus this summer, probably looking for opportunities to engage with various campus partners. So are there any programs that are happening this summer in your office, or are there things that are being planned in which students can maybe join you and kind of the planning? Because, I think all of our offices try to be as student focused as, possible, because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for, the students. Yes, I know that I just threw a lot, out there in one question, but yeah, let's talk about, upcoming programming.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I was doing in the last 2 semesters was something we called the Friday Focus, which was an Instagram live programming that would focus on one particular topic around healthy relationships or sexuality or consent. And we talked to a lot of really great guests in the last 2 semesters. I'm looking to pick that back up in the summer B semester. So if students have ideas around topics that they would love to see us address, please feel free to shoot me an email. If students want to be a guest on the Friday Focus, I would love to have students come and do that as well. And that's something that we're looking to pick back up whenever the summer B semester starts after June 25th-ish. And then another event or events that we're going to be working on again later on in summer B, I'm working really closely with our Cleary interns in conjunction with SVR. And they are working on some really amazing projects and resources that I'm really excited for folks to see, talking about practical consent, talking about body image and sexuality. So we're going to be doing a lot of tabling coming up in the second summer semester. So I'm really excited for folks to see the work that they've been doing over the summer as well.
Yeah, most definitely, and hopefully we can, assist you in kind of promoting those events and getting students, out. Because I think we, truly believe that the more involved they are, and kind of taking an active part in shaping their college experience, the more they're going to get, out of it. And students, we also want to hear feedback. So if there's something that you want to see or something that we're not doing, let us know. So this way we can course correct and make sure that we're putting in the effort to do the programming that you want to see. So I know you talked about a little bit about kind of what's featured in your office, but what aspect of your physical space do you enjoy the most?
Oh, wow. So, because I'm in a different office than I have been in the past, it's been interesting kind of reacclimating to a new space. But I love sharing space with the Well Woman office for students who aren't familiar with the Well Woman office, because we've been sort of closed for the last year. It's a really, really comfortable space with couches and tea and chocolate, which is great when you're hanging out in an office. There's yoga balls in here, squishables, like we mentioned. So I just really enjoy being in a very calm, comfortable space where I can just kind of relax. I love having lamps in here instead of overhead lighting because it's more relaxing to me. So I just really like the calm atmosphere. I think this is a really student-focused space, and the peer educators who work out of the space have worked really hard to make it that way as well. So there's tons of craft supplies in here, so I really love working out of this office. The thing that I love the most about my regular office in 120, it's, again, a really calm office. I have a lot of plants. I have a great view of Shake Shack. So.
Yeah, and I know because of the pandemic, kind of how students utilize our offices, especially our physical spaces, looks a little different. But give us an idea of kind of what your office hours are, just so folks know when they can contact you and utilize you.
Yeah. So I'm doing both in-person and virtual meetings for folks because I know people have different comfort levels, and we do definitely have folks that are still not here in New York and are across the country and across the globe right now. So Mondays, Tuesdays, and alternating Fridays, people can make in-person appointments with me from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then every day, Monday through Friday, students can make a virtual appointment with me from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the best way to get in contact with me for both of those is just to email beingbarnard@barnard.edu.
Great. Because we want students to get to know you as a person. I think oftentimes they see us as the college administrators, but don't kind of see kind of what's beyond the veil, if you will. So what do you like to do for fun?
Gosh, I love baking. That's probably like my number one passion. The folks in health services are always really excited when I come through the door with a box, which has been not a thing that's been happening in the last year, but hopefully over the summer I'll be bringing more stuff in. But baking is definitely my number one thing. I love gardening. I have a colony of feral cats I've been taking care of over the pandemic that have sort of taken over my life, and now they show up at the window and yell at me if I don't feed them on time. So that's been a lot of fun as well, having sort of pets without having them in the house. But that's been a passion project of mine during the pandemic also.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, all here for pets, and they bring so much comfort, to our lives. And the baking is something that I've definitely haven't been doing hands-on as much. My husband has done a lot of baking, and I've reaped the benefits of that. I'm always going to be a taste tester if I don't have time to, bake myself. So hopefully we'll, have an opportunity, soon to maybe do a baking exchange, between, offices and share recipes and things of that nature.
That'd be fun.
So before we wrap up, is there anything that you wanted to share that we haven't covered yet about your office?
No, I think just reminding students that it's an office that's open to everyone. It doesn't have to just be for folks that have experienced violence. It can be for folks who are looking just for resources, who are looking to get more into prevention, want resources just about healthy relationships, and not just about intimate partner relationships. We can talk about friendships, we can talk about familial relationships as well, because all relationships have the ability to be healthy or unhealthy, and we can talk about how to navigate those. I like to remind folks that my office isn't a therapy office. I'm not a therapist, I'm an educator. So when you're coming to me, you're coming for educational tools, and then I can refer you out to other services if that's more appropriate or that's what you're looking for. But I'm here for just folks to talk through experiences, and we can figure out stuff together and refer you out to other the great resources that are available on campus as well.
Yes, thank you. And we're so thankful for having you as a member of the Barnard community and sharing your talents, with us and enhancing the college experience for all of our students.
Oh, thank you,
Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure speaking with you and students who are on campus and faculty and staff as well. We're open to everyone stopping by and connecting with us. We'll have Cristen with us this coming Tuesday, the 15th, for our Treat Yourself Tuesday table in Futterfield at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely swing by. We'll have some lovely treats and great conversation. We also have Camp Millie that's happening today at 1:30 on Futterfield. This continuation of Game Week. So go out and enjoy some time with student life, making banners. And this month, in the month of June, we're celebrating Pride Month. So every Wednesday, again, 12 p.m., that's the magic time for student life events. Also on Futterfield, we have Pride-themed events happening, and this coming week will be trivia. So if you're interested in showing your skills for all things, Pride, knowledge base, then definitely come out and join us for a wonderful time on the field. So thank you all again, and we'll see you at the next Barnard Refresh Q&A.